to another edition of RCW Spotlight. I am your host, your role model, Ric Lieb. And with me today we have, of course, the man who actually did come back to wrestling and was at a grave affair, the one and only Big Blackhawk. And, of course, next to me, he is my co-host on RCW Global. And he's annoying, but just deal with it.
Oh,
he's not that annoying. He's not that annoying.
Rici Williams, he said not that annoying, meaning you are a little
Wow. Okay.
Everybody is a little annoying.
Everybody but me. Everybody but me.
That is true.
I don't think anybody can find it.
You're really annoying. But okay.
Anyway, guys, Ken's not here. I don't think a lot of people don't know this. He went to Pittsburgh last week. I got to go there. Ken Sermonera got inducted into the KSWA Hall of Fame, which is a big deal out there in Pennsylvania, especially Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, that's the biggest promotion out there. And we got this. Were you out there?
No, but you guys did. Someone got it on video and put it up on the RCW network.
Okay, yeah, I do know that it aired on the RCW network. So if you haven't seen it yet,
fantastic.
Go ahead and watch that. It's beautiful. On top of all that, you'll see like when they did the opening credits, there was scenes for matches also. There was a bunch of fantastic matches, and there's a guy over there that the Way has their eye on.
Yeah.
And so that was the reason why I know. I mean, I went for you, Ken. Sorry. Almost got caught on that one. I went to see Ken Sermonera, but I was also there scouting.
Yeah.
For the Way.
More than scouting.
I told you he was annoying. Anyway, what is this? I didn't know it was Hat Day, or I would have brought one.
Well, hey, it's not our fault you don't read your email.
Right.
Gosh, but I thought it was 80s fluorescent shirt day.
No.
Well, not everybody can try to pull that off.
He said try, didn't he?
Yeah.
That hurt. Anyway, with that being said, we're going to take a commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to discuss what I like to consider the Talmadge screw job. So I'll see you in 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
RCW Rubber City Wrestling.
Allow me to beg your indulgence for one moment.
This is the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
The Mick Foley.
And you are watching
RCW Wrestling from the Rubber City.
Rubber City Wrestling.
Real pro wrestling.
Not the flippy stuff.
Have a nice day. Yeah.
Catch RCW Spotlight Sundays and RCW Global Thursdays only on the RCW Network on YouTube.
Welcome back to RCW Spotlight.
So, the Talmadge screw job, huh?
Yeah.
Talmadge screw job. First of all, he said he doesn't like the way it looks when I pulled these out because I thought you guys would like them.
Like I said, you're really trying to pull that off. I appreciate that.
I pulled it off. All right, so I want you guys to take a vote. Just write us on Twitter or x.com/wrestling rubber.
There you go.
Let us know if you like the sleeves showing or if I should have had them hidden. That doesn't make sense to me. You show off that. When you're wearing 80s fluorescent, and these shirts aren't easy to find anymore. When you wear an 80s fluorescent shirt, I think you're supposed to let the sleeve show too so that it all glows. But anyway, let's get to the Talmadge screw job.
Yeah,
Let's see your point of view on this one.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay.
So I saw this live.
This past Thursday, if you missed it, you need to go watch it so you can see what I'm talking about. Rubber City Wrestling on RCW Global aired my match, your role model Ric Lieb versus the current interim champion.
I don't know how much interim it is. He's been the champion for what, a year now?
Alexander
Over
Crowley.
a year?
Yeah, because they got rid of Spike. And I would have given Spike the first thing, and that's why they didn't want me to do it, man.
If I remember right, Spike did have a shot at it already.
No, he did not. That was an unsanctioned match.
Oh.
And Spike sent him through the table in that, and they all of a sudden they're like, oh, no. New rule. You have to throw. Yeah, no. Anyway, so that match. Don't make me get on that one. That was a screw job too, but that would have been the Akron screw job, or the Melanie Lake screw job. This right here is the Talmadge screw job. And it's more important because it has to do with me. Now, I don't know if any of you watched it yet, but if you haven't, go back and watch it. Your role model, Ric Lieb, Alejandro Crowley. I'm in there. First of all, shout out to me for dominating that match from beginning to end. I don't think Crowley got one move. I bumped my head on the cage and got bloody, but that was on accident.
Oh, okay.
So while dominating that match, I end up hitting him with a clean fist. And unfortunately, the camera didn't show it, because if you would have noticed, clean fist. I don't cheat, and I'm tired of people calling me a cheater. And then all of a sudden, after I win the match, after 1, 2, 3, shoulders down, my hand raised the victory, me holding my new belt, all of a sudden, Jeffrey LeJoke, there's too many good names for him. He pulls a pair of brass knuckles out of his own pocket and then touches me on the trunks and acts like he pulled it out of my trunks, holds it up and says, "What is this?"
Now, wait a minute here.
Yeah.
I was live at the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the camera angle somehow conveniently was in a weird position when all this happened.
Yeah.
But live at the show, one, I thought closed fist was illegal.
No, it was open. It was like this.
Oh, you just made a big point of using a fist, clean fist, but a clean fist punch.
Yeah, clean fist
Now,
punch. It means there was. I still had the mic in hand.
Punches are illegal at RCW.
Right, unless it's an open fist. I had an open fist.
You
Okay.
never mentioned that, though.
Okay, well, I meant to say that.
And two, another point, I've seen Jeffrey's pants. They're really, really tight. He couldn't have put those in his pocket.
There's no way.
He can't get bigger pants.
Nope.
He hasn't figured this out. And also, watching live, you conveniently forgot that Animal, for some reason, was trying to get into the cage at one point.
No, Animal saw the door was loose and he was trying to fix it. Because I don't know if you guys caught it.
He ripped the door half off the cage to the point where, for the next match, which was the Bunkhouse Stampede, there was no door because they couldn't put it back.
Animal was trying to fix the door. He saw that it was broken. He got up there and he's like, "Hey, the door's broken." Jeffrey comes over and they're talking about how the door's broken. Animal jumped down even. And then he got back up there and he's like, "Yeah, this door's broken." And he's like, "Look, see?" And he's doing that.
But this is the point when Jeffrey is helping Animal fix the door that Crowley somehow gets knocked out.
Yeah, I know.
Now, watching from a different angle that the cameras don't see, I see something very dark on your knuckles.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It looks very much like the same brass knuckles that Jeffrey somehow magically came up with after the match.
Yep.
I'm confused.
No, and then there was a little bulge on your tights too.
Yes, there was. That's what she said. That's what she said.
We're not talking about the bulge in his tights.
I know, right?
Okay? There's not much to talk about there.
I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one that
That's
was
not
like,
what she said.
you know.
Okay.
But oh well.
But no, I saw the nuts myself, and you know I'm a straight shooter. If it wasn't there, I wouldn't call it.
Listen, I believe you probably thought that. I'm going to say that it was my wedding ring.
Oh.
I forgot to take it off.
Well, that's one large wedding ring you hit Alexander Crowley with.
I know, it's like a Super Bowl ring. That's what.
By the way, Roland, I was going to say, you still smell good.
You need to shut up and stop doing that. Everybody needs to stop doing that.
What?
Oh, man.
It's an inside joke that I'm not in on, I guess.
It's an inside joke that apparently I'm wrestling Crowley. If you watch Global, you'll notice. I had him in a headlock, right? All of a sudden, he stands there and he goes, "Dude, you smell good."
Yeah.
Who the heck says that in the middle of a match? I'm trying to pop his head like a pimple, and he's over there telling me I smell good. And so I ran back. He's like, "What did you run back for?" And I'm just like, "Dude told me I smell good." And so,
Hey, guess what? It worked.
I go to LaRoque. I said, "Hey, no, he should be disqualified because he said I smell good. That's not what we're doing."
Wait.
Don't do this.
It's not bad.
I told you,
It's
right?
kind of a floral
Oh my
musk.
gosh.
It's Curve Sport.
Is it like perfume?
Is it?
It smells like a perfume.
Curve Sport. It's not perfume, it's men's cologne.
Okay.
And I also use
He's getting really defensive. Too.
I
You
also
notice this?
I
use
noticed it, yeah.
Irish Spring Speed Stick deodorant
Oh.
antiperspirant. And the reason why is because it smells good. Holy crap. I don't need every guy to tell me that I smell good. The only person I care about telling me I smell good is my wife, okay? Let's remember that. Anyway, so, with that being said,
He's getting really defensive too.
I
You
am.
notice this?
I know.
even
right?
LaRoque told me I smelled good when I told him I'm done. I'm done talking about smelling good. Thank you, I guess, that I smell good, but I would rather guys didn't tell me that. Not that I'm a homophobe.
Everybody
or
on
anything.
Wrestling
I'm
Rubber
just
on Twitter, you should guys put hashtag you smell good, role model. We should do that. That'd be a good idea for all the fans to
I
do.
think
Yeah.
that is the weirdest thing in the
Also,
world.
next show, which is going to be December, you got to ask to smell a role model.
Yes, all y'all should just smell.
Everybody
the
just
role
come
model.
up and ask if you can smell
All
a
the
role model.
guys, really.
No. What is wrong with you? He said all the guys, really.
Everybody. I mean,
Even
guys,
everybody, that's
girls, everybody.
Yeah, that's fine. Girls too.
Stay away from me. All you filthy animals. Thank you. All right.
So, no, but
So you,
the way I saw
listen,
it,
I believe you
saw
thought
the
you saw
knuckles.
something, but I think it might have been the tape on my hands, and you probably thought.
Because
you
remember, I was watching in the back when we have 4 cameras going at once. Now, on Global, you only see 1 camera at a time, but on the 4 cameras, the camera that showed it was there, and the producer didn't flip to that one for some reason. Now, I don't know if there was anything untoward there. I don't know if any money was paid back and forth. I don't know. Hey, I'm not accusing anything. Okay?
I thought the
Now-
cameraman had a really good angle of what
Now,
was going on, and
I
that was
did
Animal
notice,
fixing the door.
well, Animal was out there with you, but I did notice Schizo was standing around by the producer table also.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not saying anything actually happened or anything would happened, but it was kind of interesting because
Schizo's a teddy bear.
Schizo does not hang out by the producer position very often.
No, but Schizo's a big teddy.
But he was
teddy bear.
watching your match over the
He's
producer's shoulder.
a big teddy bear, and let's be honest, nobody's intimidated by him because he's a good, nice guy. And so he was just standing there to watch the match, and that's it.
So it's just convenient that the cameras didn't catch what everybody else saw on the cameras from the back.
That's weird that you guys think that.
I
man.
know.
I'm sorry. It was just a bad camera view.
I even asked Andrew, our producer, and he doesn't save the other feeds. So there's no way to go back and look anyway.
That's too bad. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
role model has lots of scandals.
I
too.
really.
Yeah. My favorite color
But
scheme.
what do you think? You watched it. What do you think? And be honest. Don't. I think. Listen. I
No,
usually
listen,
I think you're a straight shooter, man. But that's what.
I literally agree with everything he said.
You don't wait. First of all, once a decision is made by the ref, shouldn't it stay? Should the ref really be allowed to reverse a decision?
Yes, he can.
Referees can, yes.
Yes.
Their own decision.
Right.
Now, another referee or someone should not go back and rechange it, but the referee who made the initial decision should be able to decide if they made a mistake
I thought you
and acknowledge that they made a mistake. Jeffrey found the Nux, decided he made a mistake, and reversed the decision.
Yep.
Same thing if a match is over and the winner decides to continue to attack the loser
But I didn't attack him.
wait.
Okay.
Over and over, the referee can reverse that decision.
See, listen. Had I attacked him, I would understand this. But I didn't attack him, and I don't know why he assumed that
No,
I had
because
brass
he did it
knuckles.
before
You
the
did
belt.
have brass knuckles, role model.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I'm not pleading the fifth. I'm going to tell
I've
you.
never.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I cannot tell a lie.
Mm,
No, I didn't.
Yeah, sure.
That's why I'm going to get my lawyer, Donald R. Dix, involved. And trust me, once he's involved, you know things happen. This will be reversed. See you
Who's he
soon.
work? Who's he work for? Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe?
Huh?
Who's he work for? Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe?
Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe? No. Oh, man, he's Young Dixon Associates.
Oh, okay.
Young Dixon Ash. What?
I don't know how young he is because he was young 20 years ago when I met him first.
First of all, he's not young. It's Young, Mr. Young, who's an attorney, Dix, and Associates. You know,
Oh.
ASS, period. I don't get it. Anyway, yeah, I mean, he's legit. So I'm going to have him give
Either
him-
way, the final decision of the match was Crowley is still the light heavyweight champion.
No.
As of this point.
Yeah, he is.
He walked out of the ring to the back with the light heavyweight championship.
That's
handed
actually-
to him by the referee.
That's actually a better poll. Who do you think really won that match? Who should be the champion? Me, the real winner, or Alejandro Crowley, the guy that was sleeping in the ring?
You realize you do have to put this poll up on X now.
This one's going up for sure.
Yeah, wrestling.
Not the sleeve one. Who cares about the sleeves? This one I'm bringing up. Okay. And I'm going to make sure that they put that up there.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to take your questions.
RCW Rubber City Wrestling.
Wake up out there!
This is the Outcast Shannon Moore.
Mr. Technical Barry Horowitz.
Typhoon the Shockmaster and the B.A.D.D.
This is Chad Saylor, and you're watching Rubber City Wrestling.
Real pro wrestling.
If you don't believe me, ask me.
I'm Magnum TA and that's some straight talk with the boss.
Catch RCW Spotlight Sundays and RCW Global Thursdays only on the RCW Network on YouTube. Would you like to see your commercial aired on both RCW Spotlight and RCW Global? Contact us on social media at facebook.com/Rubber City Wrestling, Instagram at Rubber City Wrestling, or email us at the RCW Network at gmail.com.
Welcome back to RCW Spotlight. I was trying to put the lid back on there.
Yeah, I see you're struggling.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, you get a drink during a
That
commercial
bottle,
break.
bottle almost whooped you as bad as Crowley.
Come on, man.
Oh, man. Wow.
This guy's got some jokes. Crowley was the one sleeping at the end of my match, and you know it. All right, kids. It's that time of the show again. You've got questions?
We got answers.
Now, if you'd like for us to answer your question on the air, feel free to write us at x.com/Wrestling
Rubber.
Good.
Wow, he was right on today.
You're mute.
Good job.
Yeah.
I don't need to jump in there. Ricky's got it covered.
Well, he messed up last time, so
That's okay.
Hey, I'm working
Hey,
on my
he had
craft,
it this
all
time.
right? Yes. Got to work on my craft. That's
all right. Do we have good questions for a change?
Yeah. I think so.
I believe we do.
Yeah, she
Well,
said you read your emails.
Yes.
When I see you guys, I know it has to do with business and not pleasure, so I don't.
Alrighty. Alright, first question. Mr. Role Model, what went through your head when your son walked Alexander Crowley to the ring? That was ruthless. That was by James Phillips from Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah. Your son actually brought Crowley to the ring holding the title.
Oh, I never popped so hard in my life. That was crazy. That was wild.
That was betrayal.
Oh, that was awesome.
That kid has always been a Crowley fan. I don't understand it. When I saw it, I mean, think about it. I'm a dad. My heart sunk. I take this kid to wrestling practice. What's he doing? Practicing to learn how to try and beat me? It's not going to work. I mean, am I paying for him to, I don't get it. Like, he was cheering Alexander Crowley on in that match. And then when his own dad beat him, he was screaming that I used brass knuckles when everybody that was there knew I didn't. So,
the crowd kind of was behind him though at the end of that match.
That's because you see a cute little 10-year-old yelling stuff and you're like, oh, let's do what the little 10-year-old does. Monkey see, monkey do. They're a bunch of sheep. But yeah, I was disgusted by it, and he's definitely got grounded for it.
Oh, of course you grounded him. I think it was awesome, though. Good job, Riot. Thank you.
He's still grounded for that, by the way. It's been 2 weeks.
See, I think you should allow your children to have open minds and make their own decisions.
Right.
I did. And then I had an open mind to make my decision to ground him.
Okay. Whatever you say, Ronald.
Okay, well.
Anyway, second question. Who would you say your wrestling style is closest to? This is by Dennis Parker, Greenbrier, Tennessee.
Dennis Parker of Greenbrier, Tennessee. You can go ahead and start this one.
Wow. It's interesting because the style and stuff, the influences I had were not as much by my favorite wrestler. My favorite wrestler, because a lot of people don't know, I didn't grow up watching wrestling. I didn't start watching wrestling until 95, 96.
Okay.
I was already out of high school. So, when I first broke in, when I was first watching wrestling, it was I was watching WCW. The first pay-per-view I remember watching was Starrcade, I think '96, where it's Hogan and Sting. And the build-up to that was Sting. Sting was always my favorite. It was my guy. And it kind of hurts a little, but it's still awesome to see that Sting is actually going to have a real retirement match coming up in January.
Against who?
They haven't announced yet, but they did announce at Revolution for the AEW, Sting will have his last match, Revolution 24. And actually, you may not have heard this yet, Ric Flair actually signed a long-term contract with AEW, obviously not as a wrestler, but he wants to hang out and run the final couple months with Sting. Which the two of them basically started what was WCW.
Right.
And they finished the real WCW. Because remember, the last match of the last Monday Nitro was Ric Flair versus Sting.
Yeah.
Which I thought was the perfect ending for that show. If you look at the history of that show.
I mean, Flair versus Sting has happened since a National Wrestling Alliance in the '86,
Yeah.
I think, or '87 it started, and it's just gone.
It just
on
kept
and
going
on.
back and forth. And
matches.
Yeah, but and now some stuff I have taken some things from Sting, but not as much. Some of the showmanship I've used a singer splash here and there, but really my style, if you watch, is the physicality side of it is a lot of the '80s brawler wrestlers as much. Kind of like Slaughter. Well, my look obviously is Sergeant Slaughter because I'm a big G.I. Joe.
Right, exactly.
Okay, but some Hogans and some of your bigger names, because in the '80s there were technical guys, but they weren't the guys on top. It was the showmanship and the actual brawling is more than it was the actual cold counter hold, and that's more of what the style I do. That, and also you can't discount my trainer Eddie Insane, which you've known Eddie for years and years. And that's where a lot of when I'm having fun in the ring and I'm goofing off, because I do enjoy the goofing off in the ring sometimes.
Yeah, that's one of the things I've always had a problem with doing, because it's like, to me, it's a serious job in there. It's how I make a paycheck.
The way I've always looked at it was I wrestle serious. The rest of it doesn't have to be 100% serious. The wrestling, you have to take that serious or you're going to get hurt. Or you're going to mess up and your opponent's going to get you.
Yeah.
But if I'm not locked up with someone, I'll talk to the crowd. I'll make fun of my opponent across the ring. That's fine. I'll have a good time. Now, a lot of that I got from Eddie.
Why couldn't you be all goofy when you wrestled me for the TV championship a while back?
I know when I need to be goofy and when I need to be serious.
Yeah. You were serious that night. How about you, man? Who'd you mold your style? You didn't wrestle for the longest time, but...
No, but I'll say Chris Masters.
Chris Masters?
Yes, he was one of my favorite wrestlers.
Why would you say Chris Masters?
Well, he had one of my favorite finishers.
What's that?
The full Nelson.
You did use the full Nelson.
Yes, I did.
We never got to see it.
No, the Master Lock.
Oh, yeah, well, he did. Well, yeah, it was the Master Lock. But I call it the full Nelson.
Right, it's full Nelson. No one ever got to see that because, in my opinion, you should have said one of the Malky brothers or.
Oh, here we go. Of course you'd say that.
Maybe.
Wow.
What, Horse Hogan? That's a good one. He's a bigger guy that couldn't win. I mean,
I did notice he didn't.
At least I'm not called a Donald Tree Ric Flair role model.
Okay. You know what? Actually, it's funny though because one of the guys who I feel like I molded a lot of stuff after was a jobber, and his name is Iron Mike Sharp. Now, he wasn't a jobber everywhere, but he was later in his career when most people would remember him. And in my opinion, one of the greatest wrestlers that you'll ever have a chance to see. He passed away, unfortunately. It was funny because he had huge OCD. He had to shower like 4 times at each wrestling event. I mean, but the stories. But he also never stopped working out. So it's like he would run the steps before the show, run the steps after the event. Everybody, they'd be trying to close it up, and he'd still be running the bleachers and stuff. I mean, the guy was in phenomenal shape. I try to do that kind of routine, not nearly as much as him, but not with the showers. Even though I do smell good, apparently.
Yes, you do.
Shut up. That's dumb. That's
I can tell you, sitting beside you, it's kind of pleasant.
Yeah, it is.
That is so unright. That's so wrong on everything. Anyway. But so I would say a lot of stuff Iron Mike Sharp, where you never show up in the ring. I try to always do that because I found out that's a good intimidator. And also, speaking of that first question, I have to go back to it real quick. That's what I believe Crowley was trying to get in my head, intimidate me by bringing my own kid out there. So it didn't work, just pissed me off. But yeah, then Gorgeous George. A lot of people think I molded after Ric Flair.
Oh, Rick pulled a lot of stuff from Gorgeous George,
Ric Flair took a lot of his stuff from Gorgeous George. Nature Boy Buddy Landell took a lot of his stuff from Gorgeous George. And your role model, Ric Lieb, took a lot of his stuff from Gorgeous George. I mean, the guy has so many phenomenal matches. If you ever have a chance to watch him, please do. Any golden era of wrestling thing that has him on it, or Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, you want to watch those. He's another one I took stuff from. Buddy Landell, I do the Landell bow drop. I actually asked his permission if I could do the move, and he didn't look like he was too happy until I told him the name. I said, now when I do it, I'm going to have the announcers refer to it as the Landell bow drop. And because he named it the corkscrew elbow. And he looked at me and he's like, damn, now why the hell didn't I think of that? So he's like, absolutely use that move. He was a great mood after that. So I got literal permission from Buddy Landell to do the Landell bow drop, which made my freaking day. And by the way, one of the, rest in peace, Buddy Landell as well, one of the sweetest people you'd ever meet. And so, yeah, those are pretty much the guys. Like, Ric Flair was my favorite wrestler, but we couldn't tell. I don't do too much of this stuff. I don't even chop the same as Ric Flair. Yeah. You know?
Well, there's a lot of things that the way Ric Flair does that other guys can't do them because it's modified from when he had the accident. Yeah. A lot of what he worked and the way he did things was modified so that he could continue to work after his accidents.
Yep. And you're right. And
he had a lot of damage over his career.
He did. So did I. But didn't modify it. But yeah, it's like, yeah. I know how he feels, but I don't. I definitely don't want to be in 2 plane crashes. I'll tell you that right now. And I do a lot of traveling.
Well, RoleModel, can you be so kindly turn on your phone?
Oh, no, we're done, right?
No,
there's one more question.
You know, this last question is always aimed at me, and I know it's not going to be a good one. And you guys are doing this on purpose.
I don't have the questions in front of me.
All right.
I don't choose them.
And my favorite question. Hey, RoleModel.
I told you.
How did it feel to have LaRoque put you on your ass at the last event by John Bryant?
I did see that.
Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio.
First of all, LaRoque did not put me on my ass. I tripped.
Oh.
Second of all, I had just wrestled an entire match with should have been the former, but apparently still the world light heavyweight champion. It wasn't like I was in there with some scrub. I had just dominated that match from pillar to post. I was tired. I was exhausted. And I slipped because there was so much of Crowley's blood on the mat that I hit it when he looked like he was shoving me and I fell down.
Okay. Well, that's what really happened.
I still have his blood on the bottom of my boot.
That's another one of those that I was watching the cameras in the back and it didn't look like that on the cameras that were not being shown.
Yeah, well, you know, it's funny that those camera views are just all wrong.
Well, no, it looks like the rope did push you down, RoleModel. I guess he's a little stronger than you now. I don't know.
There's no way.
Well, I don't see him as being stronger than the RoleModel, but it's just like in baseball or football. On any given day, one team can be better than another.
He wasn't better than me. I just wrestled a match.
On this day, the rope got you.
I just wrestled a match. I was tired. What the? LaRoque, you ever want to come out of retirement and give me a match? I'll take that match. I'll show you how quick you can get put on your ass.
I know. I happen to know the people who book Global.
Good. You get him out of retirement. Then he wants to put his hands on me after I'm exhausted for no reason at all. I mean,
there was no pushing back the other direction at all.
What are you talking about? I disagreed with him cheating to help Crowley win by planting brass knuckles on me, and then when I disagreed with him, then he pushed me down.
Now you're saying he did push you down.
Oh no, he pushed me, and then I slipped on the blood that's on the mat. That's what happened.
Sure.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh yeah, I love your made-up story.
For Rici Williams and Big Blackhawk, I am your role model, Ric Lieb, saying join us again next week for another edition of RCW Spotlight. Salute.
See you later.